producer of your homepage. They have compiled, curated, and cultivated these shows over years. And all the sweat and tears have built up to this very moment. It's time to make a splash in the zeitgeist. I request Sonal and Shilangi to do the honors of uncovering Amazon Prime Video's annual slate.
Thank you, Karan. A very warm welcome to the media and all our guests here. We're super excited to welcome all of you to Prime Video Presents. So let's get started. But how about we start at the start? It was December 2016. Prime Video India launched. That was the day we redefined what India watches and how India watches. It started here. Indian content traveling to the world, it started here. From gangs of Mirzapur to grand Indian weddings to Indian cricket's inside scoop, stories from India travel to 240 countries and territories for the first time. That's how Prime Video powers great stories.
The launch of direct-to-streaming films, it started here. We were the first to bring big screen entertainment directly to your screens. World premieres found a new address, your homes.
The next milestone in our journey was Tamil and Telugu originals. Not a remake, not a dub, fully original. Successful shows like Inspector Rishi, Duta, and Sudal were loved by millions.
In addition to our original series, imagine a dinner table conversation in Jamshedpur, but this time about the Devas from Kantara. Or a boy from Ludhiana saying, "Main flower nahi, fire hai." We fueled this pan-India revolution of Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam films. And that's why it's no surprise 50% of our viewership of these movies come from outside their home states.
Speaking of connecting India, remember when Michael and Sunny came together? I think they're coming back again.
Who knows?
Well, we've always been very intentional about how we cast for our characters. Samantha as Raji and Honey, Vijay Sethupathi as Michael, Priya Mani as Suchi. The list goes on and on.
Shlangi, it's been a decade of disrupting the category as we enter a new era. Let's take a moment today to see where we are today.
Sonal, today we're exactly where we want to be. 60% of our originals have recurring seasons. Some of our biggest shows like Panchayat, Mirzapur, and The Family Man continue to grow exponentially season on season. In fact, the latest season of Panchayat and The Family Man have 3 times more viewership than their first season in India. And Mirzapur, 4 times.
And globally, 7 of the top 10 most watched non-English series of all time are from India. In fact, 25% viewership for Indian title comes from outside the country.
Which means Fulera is being talked about in Paris and Bhokal is being searched in Boston.
We created the movie rental category. And today, with 8,500 plus titles, we have the widest movie rental catalog in India and are building an entirely new customer habit for rentals.
We are the entertainment hub. With our SPOT selection in Prime, with add-on subscriptions of 30 plus partners, our movie rental service, and offering ad-supported free content from Amazon MX Player, all on Prime Video. We are the entertainment destination. And all of this makes Prime Video India one of the top territories acquiring new Prime members and deeply engaging our customers.
And it goes beyond the numbers. With the overwhelming fan love we receive every day from our customers across the country. It's no surprise we're the biggest social community in media and entertainment today.
So, everybody, it's 2026, and it still starts here.
Here we are, bringing you new stories, new worlds, new legends, new fandom. Let's play.
Oh, talk about packing a punch. That was a brag, and we still love it. Thank you, Sonal and Shilangi, for those wonderful, absolutely wonderful updates. All right, now I'd like to invite Prime Video's global leaders, leading Prime Video's international expansion across the world, Vice President of Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios International, Kelly Day, and the creative brain guiding Prime Video's international originals, Vice President of International Originals, Amazon MGM Studios, Nicole Clements. And finally, our next leader is the second Gigi who knows how to lead a team to victory. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the man who leads countries across 6 time zones for Prime Video, Mr. Gaurav Gandhi, VP Prime Video, APAC and ANZ. Right, this is what I normally have to do when I read. All right. Okay. How's everyone? Are you excited?
Excellent.
All right, it's great to see you back in India, Kelly.
Thank you.
I think you're loving us a lot. You keep coming back.
I love coming to India. This is my 4th trip in 4 years.
Wow.
And my 3rd Prime Video Presents, and it just gets bigger and better every year.
Well, I have to say, it's great to have you back. We're very excited, and to many, many more years that we can be on the stage like this and have some fun with many new and exciting updates.
Thank you, and thank you for hosting yet again. It would not be PVP without you.
Thank you. Welcome, Nicole, to India.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It's great to be here.
It's amazing to have you here. You joined the Prime Video team last year with a huge charter leading the international originals teams globally. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
What have been your impressions on the scale of originals here in India?
I absolutely love our slate. I think that India is the most diverse country, and I think that it's reflected in our slate. And the base is probably the biggest. The culture variety is really reflected in all of our films and television shows. And we know that cultural specificity combined with universal themes builds customer love and fandom. And we've seen tremendous success with Indian originals like The Family Man, Mirzapur, Patal Lok, Farzi, and so many more. The strength of our franchises is in travelability. Indian content is core to our international success, and I would underscore the strong service impact that Shilangi just presented with Sonal. What stands out for me is that 25% of our shows and our audience is actually coming from outside of India. And the content is able to travel beyond the country of origin and resonate across Prime Video locales. And this really gives my team wings to think big, and we're discovering authentic local voices and connecting them with global audiences, showcasing extraordinary talent from everywhere, not just traditional production centers. And we've launched over 100 shows in production and development, doubling down on building IPs. Over 60% of our original series have gone into multiple seasons and have new seasons under development, which is an extraordinary scorecard, I think. It really speaks to the quality and the fan base of the shows. I'm really excited to present our slate announcement for the returning series of our newer IPs like Farzi, Call Me Bae, Kelly's favorite, and not that she has a favorite, but she might have a favorite, and Azad. It's not just that, but we're also thrilled to announce that India has made its first streaming superheroes, Vansh, the Kali Yuga Warriors. This is going to be amazing. And I'm really excited to work with our creators from India to build our slate and take stories from India to the world.
Wow. Thank you, Nicole. That was amazing. This is truly exciting. And all of us, on behalf of Dharma and Dharmatic Entertainment, we're so glad to collaborate with you and the Prime Video team in India to create many, many exciting shows and just outstanding content. We're really excited about that. So thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Kelly, you are the head for Prime Video International and now also global marketing. Now tell us, how does India fit into your global juggernaut? Is India top of mind for you?
Well, India is by far one of the most important markets for us anywhere around the world.
Right.
And you heard a bit earlier from Sonal and Shilangi where they were talking about just sort of the scale of the audience and the member base here in India, and the depth of engagement. This continues to be a core acquisition driver for the Prime program. And it's really driven, I think, by the scale and diversity of our Indian originals. It is one of our biggest originals programs anywhere in the world. And it is reflective of what we know that our customers here in India really love.
Right.
And I think you're going to see as we go through the day today, the quality of the slate, the diversity of the slate, the language diversity, the cultural diversity. It's absolutely incredible, and it continues to be just a driving engine in building and growing Prime here in India, and really is what makes India one of our largest, most strategic, most important markets, and why I keep coming back, why we continue to invest in the business and in the service here, is because we really believe in it.
Wow, well, as we've always said, it starts here and you are here, and without you we wouldn't have been able to do this, put up the show, or kind of create the work we do. So congratulations on every achievement of yours and many, many more to come. Now, since you have a global view of all Prime Video territories across the world, what do you see as unique in the India playbook?
Yeah, well, India is incredibly unique, but I'll sort of start with, a bit about our business model, which we think is unique and really stands out in the SVOD landscape and the streaming landscape, because, we like to talk about the diversity of the different kinds of businesses, but it really starts with customer selection, right? So our goal is always to be able to deliver the broadest possible selection to customers, and then we make that selection available across, different ways of monetizing or different business models. So at the core, of course, is our SVOD program that is driven, like I said, by our originals. It's part of the Prime membership. And then beyond that, you can add on channels like Apple TV Plus or Crunchyroll, things like that. Our TVOD store, we actually pioneered, I think, TVOD here in India through our rental program. And then in some regions around the world, we have AVOD, or an ad-supported business. Here in India, of course, we have Amazon MX Player, which is our ad-supported service. And so whether you want to watch through Prime, whether you want to watch free and ad-supported, whether you want to rent a movie, there's a variety of different ways that you can watch. But I think the thing that is particularly unique is the innovation that the team here in India has really driven based off of the diversity of the region, which is really unique in the world. And so that's really led to things like, for example, our various tiered member offerings to create more accessibility to different types of folks. And so what that means is that you may want to sign up for Prime Video Mobile Edition. You may want to sign up for even our Prime Shopping program, which is a shopping-only plan. You could sign up for Prime Lite or your full member Prime program. So that type of diversity and accessibility and price point is something that was pioneered here, but we have now been able to extend that to multiple countries around the world. And that was something that was really created and driven off of needing to address different diversity here in India. The second is, I think if you look at the content diversity, started with primarily developing originals in Hindi and then, extended into Tamil and Telugu. And we're continuing to really look for opportunities to create more local experiences through, more subbing and dubbing and things like that. So I do think that there is tremendous innovation that's happening here. We love the diversity of the country. And I'm so proud of and excited that The team here has been able to just continually kind of move the needle, push the bar, and we've been able to leverage those learnings in so many places around the world.
Wow. Wow, well, you have such an acute understanding of the market space, and that really kind of like excites us because the fact that, you are prioritizing in India in such a solid way, and have understood the syntax of our audiences, because we do have a wide diversity. There is so many languages and, so many genres that appeal to different demographics of audiences. So, I'm glad that you have a deep insight into that, and that only makes our jobs easier. So thank you for that, Kelly. Thank you very much. Gaurav has been here in India for now nearly 10 years, almost a decade in. Tell us how you are continuing to build the business here, Gaurav.
He's been here since the beginning.
Yes, I know. He was the OG Gaurav. What are your biggest priorities, Gaurav?
Thanks, Karan. I think, first of all, we are in our 10th year, so super proud of what the team and everybody and all the partners have done for Prime Video and building the Prime program and our video business here. So very excited about that. I think our journey for the last 9+ years is as much about building Prime and Prime Video as it's about building the category and growing the category itself. From the time we started out, SWOT was nascent. We had to build that out, build a habit of creating, paying for content, premium content with creators like yourselves. And then I think as we look ahead, I think I would look at our priorities in 4 areas, 4 big areas. First of all, there's so much headroom ahead for streaming and for Prime Video to grow still in the country. We are a large member base. We talked all the numbers in the slides we saw earlier. But there's tremendous headroom for streaming to grow, and we want to make Prime and Prime Video even more accessible to customers around the country, whether it's through tiers that Kelly just mentioned, whether it's through all the amazing content that we're doing, and also working with on the free opportunity with Amazon MX Player and so on. So that's one big priority area for us. The second one is the point Nicole was mentioning about the content traveling around the world. I think we talk about how the Korean content traveled around the world. We talk about how anime is traveling. I think we're seeing lines of how Indian content is beginning to travel around the world. And we already see that with 25% of our viewing coming. We see, we talked about the 7 of the top 10 shows in non-English who are from Prime Video India. But we are in very early days of that. I think we're a tremendous opportunity for us to build that out and be very intentional about it, to take our content around the world. And, we're doing a lot of that with making sure our movies are day and date available to 240 countries and territories, which was not possible in theatrical world. So I think that's one intentional thing. The third I would say is that we've had great success on the IPs and shows and series, and many of them, 60% of them are in recurring seasons and big franchises. We talked about The Family Man, Panchayat, Farzi, Patal Lok, and so many, Mirzapur and so many more, and we're taking them to newer formats, newer seasons. But what we are extremely proud and intentional about is we continue to have the machine to build these. Even the just last 1.5 years, since last time we met, Call Me Bay, Dopaya, Traitors, Gram Chikitsale, so many have emerged. We're all in the second season coming, and we're announcing many of them today. Just this year, great start with Dal Dal. Even our latest film, Subedar has been great. So I feel like there is an intentionality and focus to build newer IPs as we grow the older ones and really get them into newer formats and new territories. And the last one I would say is our focus on supercharging our movies business. And there we are going to, we're thinking about more from demand and supply both sides. So we know there's demand for movies, Indian films across languages, across the board, but how are we making it available to all customers? So we talked about pan-Indian movies, how we did a lot of work with subbing, dubbing, making them across the country. We talked about day and date release globally to 40 countries. Much of that, if you recall, with Shersha, what we did in that era. But I think what we're doing with movie rentals and TVOD. I think on the supply side is even more interesting part, where we actually started our journey with just licensing films, then moving into co-productions. And now, today, we're announcing a whole bunch of theatrical films. It'll go to theater first and then come to Prime Video. So I think we are very focused on supercharging that part. So these are the 4 big things the team's focused on, among many others. But as we said, Amazon is just day 1, and we are super excited.
Wow, Gaurav, you have busy days ahead, not just streaming, taking on that, as I can tell you with experience, you will have a handful with that. Kelly, you have heard Gaurav out and, of course, have endorsed every bit of, his strategy. And, you've been, of course, an experienced hand. Nicole, you're here for the first time. So, again, we extend a warm welcome. But what I do want to know is, what are your biggest focus areas for international originals around the world, particularly, Nicole, in India?
Well, my philosophy is really simple. It's invest in culturally specific, authentic stories grounded in universal themes and emotions. And when we get the authenticity right, these stories travel. They really resonate across borders. Internationally, we're seeing non-English titles breaking ground. And we're seeing that English is no longer the default language of choice for global storytelling. We've seen tremendous success with our content like the Spanish language Culpables trilogy of movies, the German series Maxton Hall, which is our most watched international series of all time, proving that authentic local stories can travel worldwide. And we want to continue to develop more stories that have that potential. The emerging areas that we're seeing are K-dramas that are continuing to dominate in romance and thriller and supernatural genres traveling globally. And then from Japan, we're seeing anime adaptations and manga to live action content showing really strong international appeal. And for India, our focus just remains on premium quality with broad appeal. We've achieved that balance between premium production values and with stories that really connect with the local and diverse audiences through relatable themes rather than just specific genres. It's about quality that doesn't compromise accessibility. We've also got an emerging genre with YA that is having a moment not just in India but across the world. We're really keen on expanding that underleveraged audience. We've got shows like Call Me Bae and our new movie Don't Be Shy, which are bringing fresh perspectives to the market. Like Gaurav said, there's a tremendous opportunity to grow new IP, and we believe there's a lot of incredible stories around the world to be told, and we're constantly observing that what resonates with our customers, and we're on the lookout for new authentic stories that have the potential to connect with a really wide audience. Without giving away much, I can say that our slate really reflects our ambition. You're going to be really pleased.
Well, we are already very pleased, but before we continue, we saw a slice of the Prime Video universe, but you want more, and we're not great at keeping secrets anywhere, right, Nicole?
Not at all. I would like to present to all our guests here today a glimpse into some of our global and international originals for the year.
All right, thank you, and thank you, sorry, I didn't say thank you before they left. Thank you, Kelly, Nicole, and Gaurav. A heads up to everyone. Please turn off your cameras during the showcase. Recording this footage, unfortunately, is not allowed. So please, please, please bear with us on that. Thank you so much.
And now, Prime Video presents stories from around the world.
Let's do it. All right, thank you. Thank you. That was truly spectacular. At Prime Video, we strongly believe that great stories are built on great partnerships. And today, we're proud to welcome some new partners into that journey. Before that, let me call an old partner on stage, the guy who greenlights all the wonderful originals you just saw on the sizzle. He reads scripts today, so you can cancel weekend plans tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Director and Head of Originals, Prime Video India, Nikhil Madhok.
Thank you, Karan. It's always a pleasure to share the stage with you. And you're absolutely right, my reading has been at an all-time peak this year. But today we want to start with not only just new announcements, but with new partnerships. Partnerships that are based on shared ambition, on scale, and pretty terrific budgets. Prime Video is not just creating content, we are forging alliances.
Terrific budgets, music to my ears. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to reveal the newest group chats in show business. Are you ready to kick off Prime Video Presents?
Let's go.
Let's go. Mere mortals like me walk onto a stage. Today, though, we put our hands together in prayer for a man they call the Greek god.
Karan, thank you very much. Where are you? Thank you for that very kind and slightly exaggerated introduction. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know if you all know, but I became an actor out of fear. Fear of failure, to be exact. Every instinct in my body said, this is going to be impossible. But I pushed through that impossibility, and out of that space, HRX was born. Born out of the journey from hopelessness to inspiration. That was the transformation. Born to inspire the people who now face impossible challenges in their lives like I did. But I sit on the producer's chair with HRX Films with a completely different feeling. I sit solely and purely out of love. My irreplaceable, irrevocable, unconditional love for cinema. Here is where I truly feel the freedom, I truly feel the flight. And I could not have taken this flight if it was not for my brother Roshan, who truly is the wind beneath our wings and the force behind HRX Films. And thank you to the best partners ever. Here is where we begin at Prime Video. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Sahira. Thank you, Chetan. Of course, Nicole and the entire team at Prime Video. Thank you for believing in HRX Films. And let's do this. God bless. Thank you. Ah, there you are.
Wow, Hrithik, sorry, I'm going to call you Hrithik just because it's a formal function, but I always call you Dugu, but that might not be appropriate for today. Hrithik, that was quite an entry. It really was. And thank you for actually entering the zone as a producer now. It truly actually warms my heart to see that happen.
Well, Karan, you have literally been the best producer I have worked with.
Oh.
You have any advice for a newbie producer like me?
So let's get some facts right. Okay, so you've grown up on film sets. You've learned filmmaking from your illustrious grandfather, Mr. J.M. Prakash, and your father, Mr. Rakesh Roshan, who is one of the most prolific filmmakers, producers, and directors. And then you were an AD for many years before you launched yourself into the biggest big screen debut there ever was. I think you've been training all your life to join this producers club, actually.
That's a lot to live up to. Thanks for reminding me. I can feel the burden now.
No, you don't have to. Don't worry. You'll be amazing at everything you do. But on a serious note, the first order of business as producer, why don't you please introduce all of us to the title?
Absolutely, with pleasure. So, as we all know, every transformation begins with a storm. Every new role begins with a storm, and that's where HRX Films also begins. I very proudly present to you our first venture with Prime Video, Storm. Can we have the sizzle, please?
It's incredible.
Okay, so for Storm, we have the team with us tonight. Please welcome Ishan Roshan, director Ajit Pal Singh, and the cast, Parvati Tiruvuttu, Alia F, Shristi Srivastav, Rama Sharma, and Saba Azad.
Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Hello. Hi, Sean. How are you? Good to see you.
Okay, I want to ask a question to the team first before we get the photographs. We're really excited about Storm. It's a crime thriller with such a talented cast. It's helmed by an amazing team over here. We couldn't be more excited about the series that you guys are producing. Thank you so much.
I have the question actually. I really want to ask Ishan this question. So, how do you and Hrithik settle any differences? And trust me, there may be, and there will be, of opinion on scripts that you like to make. How does that process work?
So, frankly, Karan, I'll speak the truth. It is very difficult to get HR to like a story. He approaches the stories that he wants to produce with the same passion that he chooses them for his acting. So if I really like a story and I connect with it and I take it to him and he connects with it as well, then it's all good. We go ahead. But if he doesn't connect with it, then I have to respect that decision and I take it back. But then I keep that story with me for a few days, maybe a few weeks. Maybe a few months, but if it's still bothering me and it's still haunting me, the story, then I take it back to him and I present it to him in a very different way. And then again, we sit on it and we have our discussions and we see the merits, demerits, how much work is required, what is it that we have to work on. And then sometimes he says yes.
But inadvertently, Ishan, I think you struck upon the Hrithik Roshan process yourself, because I think that's what he does with his own films. He says no, then it festers, then he'll call back, and then many a time it's happened that he's done that film after a gap of many months of thought and marinating, right? So I think this is a little bit of a trick you're playing with him.
Yeah, no, it's just passion. I think sometimes he sees the passion in the person who's presenting.
Right.
And the person who's pursuing it.
Right.
And then I think sometimes he goes with that passion.
Well, fantastic. By the way, I have to say this. That looked absolutely fantastic. So congratulations to all of you. It looked amazing. I want to watch this ASAP. I can't wait for it to drop. Before we go ahead, we'd love to have Gaurav Gandhi and Nicole back on stage for a photo. Nikhil, we would like you to join photographs so that they can all capture you in all your glory. Please, I'd request the team to come. कहाँ चाहते हैं आप? उधर ही है, ठीक है. Ishan, huddle up. Go closer. And thank you for joining us here this afternoon. Thank you and much love to all of you. But I can't let Hrithik and Ishan go anywhere. We have some fun stuff still to come. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So just as they say, when a storm passes, it leaves behind some element of mess, right? It does. And nobody likes to clean up except the lead of your next film. Who is a perfectionist homeowner? The kind of guy whose house is so clean, you feel scared to even, well, I would feel scared to gossip, because you don't want to spill any tea or coffee for that matter, but all goes wrong when home invaders break in with their shoes on.
So this is a comedy with a thrilling twist. In this, the hero doesn't panic. He doesn't scream, he doesn't run, he cleans.
Wow.
Prime Video presents Mess. A little sneak peek into the world of Mess. Well, it seems like Pratik Gandhi couldn't be here today because he's still tidying up things. But joining us on stage today are director Rajesh A. Krishnan, Gajraj Rao, Ranveer Shori, and Anurag Thakur. Okay. So, Rajesh, I wanted to ask you something. Your command over this genre is fantastic. We all know that. Your past work has been so amazing. Can you tell us a little more about this movie and what can audiences expect from this one?
There's honestly only one rule worth putting onto anything when you're attempting comedy, which is basically if you're going to be funny, then make sure people laugh. Yeah, so I think the audience can pretty much expect to laugh till all the way. And as far as our collabs, but here's the thing. Neither of these brothers are as serious as they look here. Right? So pretty much all jam sessions end up devolving into one massive, goofball of tomfoolery. I'm very, very happy to tell you that pretty much everything has found its way into the film, and I think honestly, it's very liberating to have producer partners like that. So there you go.
Well, Hrithik, both Storm and Mess are from such different worlds, actually. They totally are. How do you select what story you truly want to tell?
So this is partly the trick that Ishan uses on me. When he insisted that I watch this show called Tabbar, and my mind was blown. And then he insisted I meet Ajit Pal. And when I met Ajit Pal, I connected so deeply with his cinematic mind that I just knew that, I have to do something with this human being. I don't even care what it is. And we started chatting, and the storm emerged out of that conversation. And then there was the script called The Mess, which was lying on my shelf, and Ishan was constantly, padho, again and again and again. And I didn't know what to do with it until in the pandemic, I sat and I watched Loot Case. And finally the dots connected. Because perhaps the only visionary who could justify that script, this straight-faced, crazy comedy, was Rajesh Krishnan. So apparently at HRX Films, really, it's all about the director. And I'm really thankful for the pushing. Thank you, Ishu.
Well, we're grateful for the pushing as well, because now we have a messy storm really coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, may I please invite Gaurav Gandhi, Nikhil and Nicole to join us again for a quick photo op, please. Gaurav, Nikhil and I have done all the talking, but I'm sure you have something to ask Hrithik as well.
Thank you. Hrithik, we couldn't be happier to partner with you as you begin your new journey as a producer. We're looking forward to Storm, Mess, and doing so much more with you in the future. You and Ishan both. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for believing in us.
Super.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on stage. Once again, a huge round of applause for Hrithik Roshan and a warm welcome to HRX Films into the Prime Video family. Thank you so much.
And also thank you to the best host in the world. Love you, Karan.
Okay, so let's move on to our next title, Student of the Year. And now she's setting the syllabus for the entire industry as a producer.
Well, I can assure you, Nikhil, she will be a much better producer than me, because she always has an A-list heroine at her disposal. I'm her biggest cheerleader, and now it's too late to stop. Along with her is another powerhouse whose wisdom and creativity runs in her veins. Please welcome the princess of the silver screen, Alia Bhatt, along with the gorgeous and talented Shaheen Bhatt. Oh, okay, Alia. From student to producer, congratulations on this supremely exciting collaboration with Prime Video for Don't Be Shy. So don't be shy. Tell us about it.
This is a very big moment for us because, we're a small but very passionate, very new production company, Eternal Sunshine Productions. And we, Shaheen and I, very early on, when we started out, decided that we would like to give as much sunshine to the movies that the movies have given to us. And Don't Be Shy is a film that we literally cannot wait for the audience to see, and it would not have been possible without our partners, Vikesh from Chalkboard and our executive producer, Ankita. So thank you so much. And yeah, I'm not shy, I've spoken quite a bit.
Yeah, when Shriti Mukherjee, the director of Don't Be Shy, came to us with this idea, we fell in love with it immediately. It was exactly the kind of fresh, vibrant storytelling that we were hoping to bring to life. And yeah, we're just very, very proud of this film, and we're so happy that Shriti trusted us with this.
Well, that's why we can't wait to have her join us right here on this stage. And I have personal love, affection, and history with her as well. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the debutante director of Don't Be Shy, Shriti Mukherjee. Right, I have to say that I know Shriti because she was my core team and my really creative support system on Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. And the reason why she lost all that weight is because she worked on Brahmastra for 7 years. And she's still in that, post kind of trauma mode, right? So, okay, we have all our sympathies with you, sweetheart. We promise that part 2 will not take 7 years. All right, so we have the producers and the director here. Who is in the film?
Actors?
That's lovely. With AI, you never know. But very reassuring to hear that. What I meant was, who are the actors?
Okay, so these actors are making their debut.
All right.
And we also made our debut once upon a time.
All right, okay.
I mean, they're performers,
Yeah.
just like perfect for a coming-of-age romantic film like this one.
It's all wonderful. And I'd love to take this chat, post the show. But I see where we're going in circles a little bit, like thoda gol like that. So do these actors or performances have names, or they're just creatures?
Yeah. No, they have names. Good names.
They have names.
Very nice names.
Yeah. Good names.
Yeah.
Solid.
Okay, I've been polite so far. I just have to say it as it is. But what are these names?
I have to say, Nikhil, it's been an honor partnering with Prime Video. You all have the most fantastic team, and we can't wait for Don't Be Shy to be on Prime Video for the world.
I see. You've truly mastered the art of being a seasoned producer already. Alia, because your answers seem beautifully independent of my questions for some reason.
Yes, Karan, because there is a way to launch actors.
And clearly I wouldn't know that, would I? I've never done something like that.
Well, what can I say? We've learned from the best, and the best have always taught us that there's a timing for everything.
Okay.
And speaking of timing, I think this would be a great time for a group photo, which would be incomplete without our co-producer, Grishma Shah. So.
But before he comes in, I have a very important question to ask you. It's crucial and critical, and it's not on the script. Are they outsiders?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. All right, okay. While the actors are kept under wraps, then I would like to introduce the team that made this happen. Please welcome their partner in crime on stage, Grishma Shah.
Welcome, Grishma. And I just wanted to say it's been such a pleasure to bring this movie to life. It's an incredibly sweet, beautiful movie. And I think it's going to connect with young audiences, not only in India, but across the world. We're absolutely delighted to partner with this lovely team of women creators. Thank you for bringing the movie to us, Alia.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And without revealing much, you have already piqued everyone's attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Prime Video presents Don't Be Shy. Why don't we capture the moment with a lovely picture? Please. For the photo, please welcome back on stage Gaurav Gandhi and Nicole Clements. Nikhil, of course, has to be a part of the picture. All right, thank you Alia, thank you Shahi, thank you Sriti, thank you Grishma, thank you for revealing absolutely nothing and being a bit too shy for my liking. Thank you so much. गई अभी होता है. Well, too bad. That means Kanun won't be able to watch our next film, which happens to be about Kanun only.
Yes, so in this movie, Sonakshi Sinha plays a lawyer, and she teams up with Jyotika, who's playing the role of a stenographer.
So you know the person who notes down every pause, every objection, every, my lord, my client is innocent, God promise. Basically, the show is not scripted, it's transcripted, right? It's so hard-hitting that they should sue the makers for hitting so hard. A film that's equal measure, order, and chaos. Please put your lambe hearts together for the courtroom drama, Prime Video presents System. All right. System, it is. Give it up for System. Joining us on stage is the audacious team behind System. With a round of applause, please welcome Pami Baveja, Jyotika, Ashutosh Gavarekar, and Ashwini Iyer Tiwari.